Hey everyone, Blake Sloan here. Brand new market update for you. Just finished this week's radio show. Some very interesting numbers. Some great news right now across the real estate market. We have two types of numbers though, right? We have the rear view mirror numbers. We've been doing this every month for, 10 years. You've been getting these emails. But we have also the front windshield numbers, I like to call them. Those are the new pending deals that went pending the last 7 days. So what's happening is those numbers right now are through the roof. Since the first of the year, we've seen like gasoline on a fire in terms of buyers getting back, and we had huge news this past week. Interest rates just dropped back into the fives again. We've seen all types of buyers come back into the marketplace. It's been absolutely crazy. And so I'm going to give you two types of numbers. The usual ones we always do, which is the rear view mirrors. That's like the boring, what closed last month, what happened, and we'll do that every single month. But here's what I want to talk about. We really talked about in today's radio show, the last 7-day period, how many properties were under contract. And because if you look back, really just back in December, we were very low in terms of properties under contract. We were looking at homes in 280 properties a week going under contract. Then we got into, in 364 properties under contract, and this is the entire MLS for a 7-day period. Into 120, there was 480 properties under contract, which is 2 weeks ago, for $175,913,000. Now check this out. Today's show, 2 weeks later, on 2/4 is actual show runs, 607 properties under contract, a 26.46% increase in the amount of properties that go under contract in the 7-day period, just in a 2-week jump. So a 26% jump in new deals in 2 weeks. Awesome news there. Volume, 211,427,000 versus 2 weeks ago, 175 million. So it jumped from 175 million up to 211 million, a 20.19% increase in just 2 weeks. So we're seeing massive amounts of buyers jump back in the marketplace, really for two reasons. Number one, we saw a lot of pent-up demand during the holidays. People were just kind of paralyzed with the holidays. Sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they tend to always tell us the same thing. Wait to the first of the year. And so right now, you're seeing that happen overall. A lot of the high-end properties right now are moving to 14 properties over $1 million under contract, which is a 55% increase from 2 weeks ago. Lots of big money moving down here. We've seen that with ourselves, with investors, hedge funds we've been working with as well. 95 properties over 500,000 under contract in the last 7 days, a 37.68% increase. We've seen inventory go down for single-family homes. 2 weeks ago on the show is 890. Today's show 870. So you're seeing that happen across the board. It's a great time for home sellers. And what we're seeing, not just here locally, but across the country through my networks that I'm part of, we're seeing the spring market come earlier than usual, and that's being driven by interest rates overall. We're seeing rates drop back down. That's what's guiding everyone. And on the sidelines are a lot of buyers who are sitting there waiting to see what happens. And we just had news on the show yesterday. Actually, property interest rates went down to 5.99%, where all types of rates, 30-year fixed, 15-year fixed, VA, FHA, we're all in the fives. And so that's great news for home buyers, great news for home sellers. And so if you're thinking about selling, reach out to us now. Take advantage of this. You can probably get a little more than you can see on the online evaluation. So look at rear view mirror numbers. We'll point this out. Right now, single-family home sales, if you look at last month, we're actually down 34.7% from the same month last year. So if you look at last January in 2022, 479 properties. This past January, 313. Now, the shocking number, if you go back to March of last year, March 2020, single-family resale homes, there are 703 properties that closed. Right now, last month, 313. So significant decline. I think we'll see this bump back up. Remember our previous emails that you gotten in December, in November, and early January, we saw like a 50% decrease in the amount of homes sold, which is why you're seeing a little bit slow in January. I do predict you'll see that bump back up in February because it's been absolutely bonkers since the first of the year, both new construction and resale. Median price up 4.6% from the same month last year. It did fall, though, month versus month. And so this past month, median price, $350,500. It was down from December when it's $368,500. So really down $18,000. We know that, though, because that's a lagging indicator. We saw sales down October, November, December, which led to prices softening in January, which we talked about in this show and previous emails to you as well. And so supply is actually up 140% from the same time last year. It's a little bit deceiving, though, because right now it's only 2.4 months inventory. It's the same exact amount of inventory as in December. That's still what we call a super seller's market. And so anything below 6 months is a seller's market. You get down to 3 months and below, that's a super seller's market, meaning the sellers are in the driver's seat right now. There's just massively an inventory shortage across the country. After the 2008 crisis, we just have not kept up with population growth. There's still a 5 million unit home shortage. So everyone out there that says, I'm waiting for the crash, I'm waiting for the crash, the one thing you haven't seen really crash yet is because there's just no inventory, is housing, because there's such a housing shortage. And so that's great news overall. It's also why you're seeing hedge funds put massive amounts of money into single family homes right now. There's a massive shortage. So condos down 47.3%. Go last January of 2022, 573 condos closed versus 302 condos closed this past month in 2023, which is closed in January, right? We look at January's closed in February. That's when you compile the data and look at the previous month in the rearview mirror like we talked about. If you look back in March of 2022, we had 804 close in 1 month. So significant declines, going 804 down to 302. Median price, though, great news, also up. It's up 17.9% from January 2022. Condos have done very, very good the last 12 months. It's 229,900 right now. December was 225. So even though sales down 47%, you've still seen prices go up, even $5,000 last month, because guess what? Inventory is very, very low. It's at 2.3 months right now, which is flat. It's the same exact amount it was in December, but both the single family homes at 2.4 months and condos at 2.3 months are very, very low. What does this mean? If I'm a home seller, you're in the driver's seat. You have a huge advantage right now. There's a lot of buyers on the sidelines that got pushed out as rates rose. Now rates are coming back down. We had some great news in the Fed last week, which affected mortgage rates, and so we're seeing so many buyers jump back into the pot. So if you've been thinking about selling and thought about waiting for the spring market, this may be your chance now. All across the country is seeing that move earlier. If you want any guidance on what to do, reach out to us, reply to this email, call me in my office, 843-808-SOLD. You can also get a free home evaluation in the email. There's a button at the bottom that says click here for your home value. Also a button to search all the homes in MLS. So the absolute best MLS search site. It's much more accurate than Zillow, Realtor.com. You can also get your home value on the link to the page that this video is in. But here's the deal. We're to help serve you. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. I'm in business for 20 years. My company opened in 2008. Been selling real estate, whole family sold real estate, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandpa, grandma. I'm here to help serve you. Any questions you have, you let me know. Forward this to a friend. We're here to help. Anything you need, call us, 843-808-SOLD. We'll see you in the next video.